Hi guys, last time we talked about the angle sum theorem for triangles. And kung gusto niyo pong mapanood yung video about that theorem, pakiclick lang po nung link dyan sa description box sa baba. This time we will have the angle sum theorem for polygons. So lahat ng polygons pasok sa theorem na to, kasama na rin yung triangle. Now this theorem states that the sum of all the interior angles of a polygon with n sides is n, or the number of sides, minus 2, and then the resulting number will just be multiplied by 180 degrees. So again, that is S equals number of sides minus 2 times 180. Now let us have the proof of this theorem. Say we have a quadrilateral. So ang quadrilateral, mayroon siyang 4 sides. Kahit anong itsura ng quadrilateral. And then, ikakat natin siya through its diagonal. So in this case, we have 2 triangles formed. Dahil dalawa yung triangles na na-form natin, alam natin doon sa angle sum theorem for triangles, ang bawat isang triangle ay mayroong 180 degrees ang total ng tatlong angles. And therefore, sa quadrilateral, since nakagawa tayo ng dalawang triangles, then the sum will be equal to 360 since meron tayong dalawang triangles na nabuo. Next, for pentagon, so a pentagon has 5 sides. Ikakat natin siya through a diagonal. And then, titingnan natin kung ilang triangles ang kaya niyang mabuo. So, for example, from this point, papunta doon. And then, ito, hindi pa to triangle. So, ikakat ulit natin. So, we have 3 triangles. Dahil tatlong triangles ang nabuo natin, we have the sum will be 180 plus 180 plus 180. So, we will have 540 degrees. Next, say we have a hexagon. So, ang hexagon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, ang hexagon has 6 sides. And then, ganun din, ikakat din natin siya into triangles. So, say from this point or vertex, isa. Ito, gagawin doon natin siya triangles. Okay. So, ilang triangles ba yung nabuo natin? That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Since apat na triangle siya, so that is 180 times 4, which is equal to 720 degrees. Alright, so now we are going to make a table showing the number of sides of the polygon, the number of triangles formed, and the sum of all its interior angles. So for quadrilateral, the number of sides is 4, and the number of triangles we have formed is 2. And since dalawa yung triangles na na-form natin sa quadrilateral, the sum is 360 degrees. How did we get 360? That is dalawang triangle times 180 degrees, since ang bawat isang triangle is equal to 180. Next, for pentagon, so the number of sides of a pentagon is 5. The number of triangles that we've formed is 3. And the total of the measures of all its interior angles is 540 degrees. 540 can be expressed as 3 times 180 degrees, since tatlong triangles. And last, we have hexagon. Hexagon has 6 sides, and the number of triangles we've formed is 4. Now, since there are 4 triangles, the sum is 720 degrees, which can also be expressed as 4 triangles times 180 degrees. Okay, so with these 3, we can now derive the formula for the sum of all the interior angles of any polygon, which will be represented by an n-gon. N-gon represents any number of sides of the polygon. So, pwede itong 7, pwede itong 10, pwede itong 13, o kung ilan pa man. So, that is simply represented by N. Since hindi naman ni-specify kung ano yung number of sides, the number of sides will be, again, N. And then the number of triangles that we can form is, i-compare natin itong dalawa. So for 4 sides, we have 2 triangles. And then for 5 sides, we have 3 triangles. And for 6 sides, we have 4 triangles. Let us compare the number of sides and the number of triangles formed. Kung halimbawa meron tayong 7 sides, ilang triangles ang mafo-form? If we continue, kung meron tayong 7 sides, ilan ang mafo-form? There will be 5. Kung 8, there will be 6. Next, skip tayo sa 15. Kung 15, ilan kayang triangles ang mabubuo kung meron tayong 15 sides? That is 13. And if we have 20, for example, 20, ilang triangles ang mafo-form? That is 18. So, anong nangyayari? We just subtract the number of sides by 2 to get the number of triangles. So, for 6 minus 2, we have 4. Sa 5, we have minus 2, that is 3. Ganon din sa 4. Minus 2 is 2. So, that means, for an n-gon, the number of triangles will simply be subtracted by 2. So, kung n siya, number of triangles is n minus 2. And therefore, the sum of the angles, syempre dahil hindi naman specified yung number of sides, wala tayo itong sagot. But, dito sa side na to or sa part na to, we have the number of triangles. We have this column. So, n minus 2 times 180. So, ito ay kukulong natin since ito yung binomial. Kailangan nakakulong yon. Yung buong n minus 2 times 180 degrees. Pwede rin naman itong ikulong. Anyway, wala namang magbabago sa ibig sabihin nun. So, that is still the number of sides minus 2 times 180 degrees. Therefore, the sum of all the interior angles of an n-gon will be equal to this one. The number of sides, bawasan lang natin ng dalawa, tapos yung magiging result is 100 or times 180 degrees. So again, this is the number of triangles na mafo-form natin. Number of sides minus 2. Yun na yung triangles na mafo-form times 180. Now let us have some illustrative examples. Say, what is the sum of all the interior angles of a decagon? So for decagon, a decagon has 10 sides. So we will have the formula S of an n-gon is equal to the number of sides minus 2, the quantity, times 180 degrees. So we are looking for the sum of all the interior angles of a decagon, which has 10 sides. So this will be the sum of the interior angles of a decagon, that is 10 as the number of sides, equals n will be replaced by 10 minus 2, the quantity times 180 degrees. So we will have 10 minus 8 is 2 times 180 degrees, and therefore 1440 degrees. This is the sum of the measures of all the interior angles of a decagon. Now, as I've said earlier, this theorem also applies for a triangle, although this theorem was derived from the angle sum theorem for triangle, but this also applies to a triangle. So a triangle has 3 sides. Then again, we have the formula And then we just substitute 3 for n. So we will have and therefore the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Done.